What's going on, YouTube family? This your man Pristine, back with another video, back with another unboxing. Now, here before you guys, I have a device that I am very excited about. Some of you probably know what this is just by looking at the box. Others may not have a clue, so I need you guys to listen in. All right, let's do this. Now, before I get into it, it's September 11th, 2019. You know, I just want to say real quick, rest in peace to all the men and women that were victims of one of the biggest government cover-ups, you know what I'm saying, known to mankind. A lot of lives were lost on 9/11, you know what I mean? And I just want to, man, rest in peace to all the victims, any and everybody that was impacted by that, any of you that lost loved ones in 9/11, you know what I'm saying, my prayers are with you and your families. And, may the memories of these people continue to live on through all our hearts and memories, those of us that may have known these people and what have you. All right. So I just want to take a second to acknowledge that, considering the fact that it is 9/11, 2019. All right. Now let's get into this unboxing. Here before you, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the Bold M1, or I'm sorry, N1. N as in Nancy, Bold N1. Now, what is Bold? You guys heard of the company Blue, Bold like us, BLU? Well, Bold is Blue's sub-brand division. And apparently they're going to put out maybe one or two devices every year. And these are going to be some of the more upper echelon type of devices, but they're still going to be geared more toward the budget and the mid-range category. You know what I mean? And they're going to be priced in that category as well. Okay, so what I'm saying is you can get on Amazon right now, and the link will be in the description. Okay, and you can cop this right now for $249.99, $250. Now, some of you, like Blue, reached out to me. They hit me with an email and was like, look, this is what it is. This is our sub brand. This is the first phone under the sub brand name. You know what I'm saying? If you order it right now, you get an instant $50 rebate. And so I was able to cop this joint for $199, which is crazy considering what this thing is housing. $250 is still a good deal considering the prices of a lot of other phones out there, in its respective class. So man, I mean, link is in the description. If you still can get this for the $199, man, do that. I'll put both the link in the description to cop this on Amazon and on Bold's website, because to get that $50 instant rebate, you have to cop the phone from Bold's website. All right, so I'll drop that link in the description as well, along with copping it on Amazon. All right, now, what do we got here? You know what I'm saying? I know you guys is like, okay, Pristine, tell us about it, man. You know what I'm saying? You man, okay, here we go. Let's get it. So, the display. We've got a 6.4-inch 2340 by 1080 pixel full HD AMOLED IPS LCD display, 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio, 92% screen to body ratio, 403 ppi pixel density, Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back. We've got sandblasted metal, and we've got curved glass. What that tells me, ladies and gentlemen, is that this phone looks and feels very premium, and you'll see that once I get it out of this box right here. All right, now the internal specs. We've got a MediaTek Helio P70. Okay, Helio, MediaTek Helio, their main flagship processor was the Helio P60. Okay, we saw that in the Blue Vivo 11 Plus, which was a really dope phone. All right, this is the MediaTek Helio P70, clocked at 2.1 gigahertz, 64-bit AI technology, octa-core CPU. We've got a Mali G72 MP3 GPU. All right, we've got an SD card slot. We've got 128 gigs of onboard storage. We've got 4 gigs of RAM, and we're running Android 9 Pie. And this phone is guaranteed to get Android 10 whenever that update is pushed to the device. You're going to get your normal, security patches on a monthly basis, and it's going to get the new software update to Android 10 whenever that rolls out. This is guaranteed. Bold is guaranteeing this. All right. Now, we've got a dual camera system set up on the rear, and we've got a motorized pop-up camera on the front. Those things are coming very popular nowadays, so that we're able to take full advantage of that full screen real estate. We're not having to deal with no notches or no buttonholes or whatever you want to call the little cameras that are embedded in the display on the front. We've got a full screen. All right, now those rear cameras, we've got a Sony IMX499 AI primary camera, and that's 16 megapixels at f1.8 aperture. And then we've got a secondary 5 megapixel depth sensor, and that's f2.2 aperture. All right, now that motorized selfie pop-up sensor is a Samsung sensor, and it's a 13 megapixel sensor at f2.0 aperture. Other camera features include LED flash, HDR, panorama, and then we've got full 1080p recording at 30 or 60 frames per second. No 4K recording. So if those of you that want 4K recording, if that's a determining factor, then the Bold N1, it's not going to help you out there. You know what I mean? They had to cut corners somewhere. All right. Now, the battery. We've got a 3,500 milliamp hour non-removable battery. We've got USB 2.0, Type-C 1.0. We've got an 18-watt wall adapter in here that supports fast charging. We've got fast wireless charging at 10 watts. All right. And we've got a 12 nanometer chip for power saving. So battery life on this device is supposed to be a beast. All right. Now, additional features. The only color that you can get this in at the moment is Raven Black, which it kind of looks like a piano black. You'll see it when I get it out. When you hold it up to light, when light bounces off of it, it kind of shimmers between blue, like a bluish black color. It's pretty dope. All right. We've got an under-the-display fingerprint sensor, and that is an optical under-the-display fingerprint sensor. We've got an FM radio, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. We don't have NFC, which that's not really a big deal to me, but to those of you that rock out with NFC, then you're also not going to find that here on the Bold N1. All right. Like I said, we do have an SD card slot, to expand the memory. And let's see, altogether, as far as weight, this phone is 182 grams, and it's 8.6 millimeters in thickness. Okay, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the specifications right there. Now let's go ahead and check out the presentation real quick. As you can see, it says Bold right there, N1 on the side, at the top, serial number, IEMI, all that jazz. Bold on the left of the device, and then another Bold logo on the bottom. And then here on the back of the device, this is also giving you a quick rundown of everything that this phone is housing as well. So you can kind of see that in the glare. Got the window open so the sun is shining in, and just that holographic design you can't really see because of all the colors. Oh, it's super pixel with 96 megapixel super zoom. Okay, so let's just read that off real quick. 6.4 full HD AMOLED screen display, Corning Gorilla Glass 5, MediaTek Helio P70, octa-core 2.1 gigahertz processor, 64-bit with AI technology, 128 gigs of internal memory, 4 gigs of RAM, dual AI camera, 16 plus 5 megapixel depth sensor, super pixel with 96 megapixel super zoom, 13 megapixel pop-up selfie camera, in-display fingerprint sensor, micro SD up to 128 gigs, super 3,500 milliamp hour battery, 18 watt, ultra quick, plus wireless charging, 4G LTE, high-speed data, Android 9 Pie, premium metal glass design. This phone is GSM unlocked. All right, so you cannot rock this phone with the CDMA carrier. If you're rocking with Sprint, Verizon, Virgin Mobile, Boost Mobile, US Cellular, you assed out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to use the blue or the Bold N1 here. All right, so let's go ahead. Got my little unboxing knife right here. Let's do the honors. Okay. Boom. Very nice little presentation here. All right. And what I'm expecting in typical Blue fashion is that we're going to have everything in this box. Okay? You're not going to need to fish around for any type of accessories if this thing stays true to what Blue typically does. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And here is the Bold N1. Wow, this feels nice in the hand. Oh, come on now. Little sticky part right there. All right. Go ahead and slide the phone right on out. Boom. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's our Bold N1. As you can see right there, that little fingerprint logo, that's where your under the display optical fingerprint sensor is going to rest. All right, and here we go. Up close for that dramatic effect with peeling off the top layer of plastic. There that is. Let's go ahead and get rid of that bottom of that back layer. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Now you see what I'm talking about, how like the light is shining off of it, and you can kind of see like rainbow colors, green, blue, orange, pink, or red. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Bold. Made and designed in Miami, which is where Blue is. So that's no surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this feels really good in the hand. It's not really a really thick phone. I like the fact that it's curved, so you can see around the top how it's curved on the sides, and so that's going to make it very easy to grip. As you can see, I've got no problem wielding this phone around. I've got really small hands. All right, let's go ahead and power it up. Okay, power button's got a little rigidity to it. I like that, so you definitely can distinguish between what button is what if you're not looking at the device. All right, so we'll go ahead and let that boot up, and we'll come back to that and check out the rest of the inbox contents. All right, so here, again, the serial number, all that jazz, don't need that. Boom, all right. So here is our Type-C, USB-A to USB Type-C. Okay, so we got that. See, we got a set of headphones here. Again, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I mean, so those of you that like to plug in, hey, Blue, they kept you in mind. You know, with this, you got a little microphone right there. See that little dot right there? I mean, so you can use this to talk on your device and listen to some cuts if that's what you want to do. SIM ejector tool right here. Bold little logo. You know what I mean? If you want to troll your other Android device partners or your Apple partners, you know what I'm saying? If you want to represent, you know what I'm saying, what Bold is doing. Okay, quick start guide. Couple bags of poison, as my man Flossie would say. All right. Here's our 18-watt wall adapter. I like how they got Bold written on that. It's pretty dope. Okay. All right, here's our quick start guide, and there you go right there. There's a picture of the Bold N1, so you can see there's that pop-up motorized front-facing camera. All right, we got a little rubber clear TPU bumper, always welcomed. And we've got a tempered glass screen protector right here in the box as well. So again, typical Blue fashion, they put everything in the box. They don't leave you wanting or desiring for anything, as I just dropped the box, but whatever, I'll get all that up in a minute. All right, now here, ladies and gentlemen, God, that screen is very, very bright. But here is the Blue, or the Bold N1. Okay, so again, as you can see, very slim bezels around the top and the sides. Again, as I mentioned, 92% screen to body ratio. All right. Little chin action there on the bottom. If you can see that the screen is really bright. But yeah, it's not too big of a chin. not too big of a forehead up top. Kind of reminds me of the iPhone XR or the Samsung S10e. All right, now we do have the volume rocker and the power button all on the same side. I am a big fan of that. Like I said, the power button, there is some rigidity. The power and the sleep button, you can see that right there. All right, to the top of the device, we've got a little noise canceling microphone right here. Here is our 13 megapixel motorized pop-up camera sensor. All right, to the left of the device, we've just got our SIM tray. Okay, so this houses a nano SIM or an SD card to expand the memory. And then aside from that, it's clean. On the bottom, we've got our bottom firing speaker here, and it's on the left. We've got our Type-C port, another noise canceling microphone, and then here's our 3.5 millimeter headphone jack right there. And then on the back again, we've got that bold signature right there, pretty clean. This is definitely going to be a fingerprint magnet. And then here is our dual tone LED flash, and here is that dual camera system, one being the 16 megapixel Sony IMX sensor, and then the other being the 5 megapixel depth sensor. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through the setup, ladies and gentlemen, get this thing to the desktop menu. I'm not gonna upload any of my applications on it just to see, you know, what type of bloatware that we're rocking with and see exactly how many amounts of storage, you know, of gigabyte storage we actually get on the phone. You know, take a quick peek and see what the preloaded apps are taking up, and then we'll go from there. So hold it down and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so we are back in. This is the desktop view of the Bold N1. Beautiful, beautiful full HD plus AMOLED display here. It's absolutely gorgeous. The phone gets plenty bright. I'm not exactly sure what the top end amount of nits are as far as, you know, how bright it gets, but this thing is bright. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is on 20% right now. Anything brighter than that, the lighting is so bright going into the lens to where it starts to like dim everything around the phone, and I don't really like the way that looks. So I had to continuously turn down the brightness on the device so that my camera could, you know, pick it up and everything look nice and sharp and crisp for you. You know what I mean? So yeah, this brightness level is on 20%. This phone it gets crazy bright. You're not gonna have a problem viewing this phone and several different types of conditions, whether you're out in bright sunlight or if you're in well-lit areas, you know, glares from bright lights shining on the device. As bright as this phone gets, you should definitely not have a problem viewing this device. All right, now again, really quickly, haven't preloaded anything, and so let's just swipe up. And as you can see, we've got calculator. Again, it's more of a stock Android, you know, type of deal. You know, Blue, a lot of the stuff that they typically put on their phones, they kind of kept away from. There is a little bit of bloatware on the device, but not much. Okay, I actually thought that there was going to be more because, you know, Blue, they pack all their stuff in their devices, but not necessarily so much with this one. Okay, so we've got calculator, we've got calendar, camera, Chrome, clock. There's a game here, Coin Master, contacts, drive, Duo, files, FM radio, Games Hub, Gmail, Google Maps, messages, news, Opera, which, you know, Opera is their internet browser, Blue's own internet browser. And so Opera, Pandora, phone, photos, play movies and video, play music, Play Store, obviously, settings, SIM toolkit, solitaire, sound recorder, Yahoo Mail, and YouTube. That is everything that comes on the device here. And so you can see swiping hard to the left, if I decided to have apps on the screen, that's where, you know, I'd be able to swipe, but they're all in the app drawer. If I swipe hard to the right, this is going to bring up my Google Now feed. And you can see that's a little bit of choppiness as it's loading up the information, but it does that on a lot of phones. But once the information is loaded up, you see that it just slices right through it like a hot knife through butter. Again, I love the Google feed. As you can see, I got information about my teams, you know, football related stuff, stuff related, Halloween, Michael Myers, stuff on the new movie that's coming out in 2020. The Motorola Macro that's going to be coming out. Motorola's doing a lot of stuff right now. Redmi Note 8 Pro. Man, this is how I stay up on a lot of the news, in sports, in the mobile tech world, all that stuff. So I love Google Now. It's a really dope feed, and just having the ability just to swipe hard to the right and boom, there it is. I'm a happy camper about that. Now, if we long press on the display, we're going to bring up home settings, widgets, and wallpapers. Now, if we tap on home settings, it's going to bring us to show Google app, which is when I just swipe hard to the right, it's going to bring that up, but you can turn that off. So if you don't want it to do anything, now you see when I swipe hard to the right, it's not going to the Google feed. I don't have any apps. I got the Google feed turned off. And so if you want to turn that off to keep from accidentally, launching the Google Now feed, then you can just turn that off. Okay. So again, long press, go to home settings. I like it on, so I'm going to keep it on. All right. Add icon to home screen. So whenever you download a new app from the App Store, if you wanted to also go into or if you wanted to go not just into your app drawer, but also on your screen, then you go ahead and turn that on. If you only want the app just to go into your app drawer, but you don't want it to pop up on your home screen, then you just go ahead and turn it off like I just did. But me, I don't really mind that, so I'm just gonna, keep that on. Notification dots, okay, we can turn those on and off, and we can choose whichever notifications we want to have notification dots on or not. All right. And then, let's see here. And then there's desktop mode. And this is where we can go to choose whether or not we want an app drawer or not. And so you can see here, by default, it is show all apps in app drawer, or you can go home screen, show all apps and home screen. Okay, and so if you click on home screen, that means that you're doing away with the app drawer, and all of your applications that you preload or that are preloaded and that you download on the device are all going to be on your home screen, just like it would be on an iPhone. Okay, but by default, the app drawer is selected, which is just giving you just this minimalistic, applications here on the desktop, and then you have to swipe up to get to your app drawer to access all of your applications. Okay, now again, Android 9 Pie, swipe down once, that's going to get you to all of your notifications. Swipe down twice, that's going to get you to all of your quick toggles. And as you can see, we've got a ton of quick toggles here. Bluetooth, there's your internet, flashlight, sound, location, auto rotate, data connection, airplane mode, do not disturb, battery saver, nightlight, alarm, camera, super screenshot, screen recording, and invert colors. And if you want to invert the colors, that's going to get you to a quick dark mode. I know a lot of you people that were suggesting to me, oh, well, phones that don't have a dedicated dark mode, you just invert the colors, but I don't like the way that looks, right? Like, this looks terrible to me. Now, when you go to the settings, then it looks dope, because this is what it does to your settings. And this is an AMOLED panel, so that's like that true black. It's not like that grayish black. This is true black. But you can only get this when you invert the colors. And I am not a big fan of that at all whatsoever. And I'm hoping that Blue will push an update, because it appears as though as of now we do not, and I can't understand this for the life of me, ladies and gentlemen, but we do not have the ability to switch to a dark mode besides inverting the doggone colors. Blue, bold. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? As dope as this phone is, as dope as the price is, you cannot leave out dark mode. Okay? We need dark mode. Please push an update enabling us to turn on dark mode without inverting our colors. I don't want my phone looking neon pink and blue and green. Come on, kill all that noise, bold. We need dark mode. Straight up. I'm having a temper tantrum. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be 41 years old in 2 weeks, sitting here having a temper tantrum over dark mode. But it's that serious. Give us dark mode, bold. Quit playing games. Man. Now, if we go back to the settings, you'll see that we've got a little bit of a minimalistic settings list. The settings don't really appear to be as lengthy of a list as some other devices. And I understand, you know, with Android 8 and 9, they consolidated a lot of stuff and you have to go looking for things, you know what I'm saying? But one of the things that I like about what Blue does under the settings, and it's usually right at the top right there where it says about device. Well, if you click on that, what that's going to do is it's going to bring up all of the prominent new features, or just the features period, in the device that it thinks that you should know about. Okay, so like, you know, one of the main selling points for this phone is the under the display optical fingerprint sensor, because it's 2019, so that's what's in right now. Okay, so if you tap on fingerprint sensor, it's going to take you there and it's going to give you some information on the sensor and how to set it up. You know what I mean? And then it just says open right here at the bottom. So if you want to open that and go straight to it, then you have the ability to do that. Okay. Portrait mode. You know, there's some new portrait mode modes under the camera app. Same thing. It's going to talk to you a little bit about, you know, how to maximize your portrait mode skills. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to show you exactly how to do that. And if you want to open that, you can just hit open. Okay. We've got the 96 megapixel super zoom. Okay. And this is ultra high pixel photographs can be taken. They can be enlarged dozens of times, and even the smallest details can be seen at a glance. Okay, so it's that's one of the perks with this camera system. And so it's going to talk to you about that. It's going to show you how to do that, give you a little tutorial. And if you want to go straight to that without having to fish through the camera app, then man, you just hit open. So I like the fact that, you know, it's telling you about what the stuff is, and then it gives you the option to just go straight to it, as opposed to reading some information about it, but then still not really quite knowing where to go to get to it. You know what I mean? And so AI intelligence technology. All right. Same thing. Okay. Using artificial intelligence, camera settings are adjusted to provide optimal picture quality. Okay. If you want to go to that, just hit open. All right. New navigation mode. Okay, which I'll talk a little bit about here briefly. But yeah, you know, you've got a new navigation mode. This is, again, showing you how to do that. It's giving you go to settings, navigation bar, change navigation mode, and slide upward on the bottom of the screen. And if you want to go straight to that, you just hit open. All right. And then there's the pop-up selfie camera. Okay. And it's, you know, raise the camera and take a selfie. Open camera, switch to front camera, take pictures. Just that simple. Okay, and if you want to go to it, then just hit open and boom, you see the camera pop up. Here I am. What's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? And camera goes down, and that's that. You know what I mean? So you can find that underneath the settings menu. I'm a huge fan of that. I love the fact I saw that on the Blue Vivo 11 Plus. And I thought that that was a pretty nice feature, because that phone too had a lot of stuff to play with. And rather than having to sift through all of the settings menu, I just like the fact that all of the prominent features were right there at your fingertips, at your disposal. They made it very easy for you. You know what I mean? So it made the user experience that much more simplistic. And I like that. People are going to like that. Okay, so it's good to see that Blue is sticking to that. Now, under network and internet, of course, we've got mobile network, SIM cards, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, hotspot and tethering, more network settings. Now, this is typically where NFC would live. And as you see, we have airplane mode, VPN, private DNS, data usage, emergency broadcast. There is no NFC, like I stated earlier in the video. Okay. Now, under basic settings, we've got display. Okay. Brightness level, nightlight. What is nightlight? You turn that on, and the phone is going to change like to that weird little amber color, and it gives you the ability to change the intensity of that amber color, whether you want it to be like a dark amber or like a lighter, you know what I mean? But it's all just to help your eyes adjust to you reading content on the screen when it's in darker environments, or if you're trying to lay down and go to sleep, but you're still looking at your phone, make it a little bit more easier on the eyes. You can read the content a little better. You know what I'm saying? You can drift off and slip off into your subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? Now, we've got adaptive brightness, screen color mode. Now, if I go to screen color mode, this is going to give us the ability to toggle the screen colors. And so by default, it is on standard, but we have vivid, and I'm a big fan of vivid because I like oversaturated colors. I like colors to pop to the max. All right, to the max, like my man Big Ja. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my comedians out there, man, in California, man, holding it down, man. Big Job, my man, Official Minx. You know what I'm saying? Tyrese Spivey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Ken Edwin. I mean, man, them cats is hilarious, man. What's the CT Clayton Thomas and his wife Tangerine, man, they hilarious, man. Y'all gotta tune into them cats, man. They're funny as hell. But anyway, not to get off topic. But yeah, I like colors to pop, but you have cool color, which, you know, it gives it that a little bit more of a cool tint, more of a bluish tint. You know, when you see the white, you know, change colors, you can't really see that through the camera lens, but it happens. And then you can hit customize, and you can, you know, use the little slider there to make the phone, the screen as cool as you want it, to give it more of that bluish tint, or to give it more of a yellowish hue to it. Okay, so it starts off by default right there in the middle if you choose customize. Now, it doesn't give us the option to play with the RGB. You know what I mean? So I think this is the extent of having the ability to really customizing the screen to be what you want it to be. I mean, so like, again, you've got these 3 presets, and then you've got customize. So for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna leave it on standard. All right. Now we'll go back out of that. Now, under personalized, we've got wallpaper, changeable screen lock wallpaper. So if you turn that on, when you're locked, every time you lock your screen, there's going to be a different wallpaper up. Okay. You know, and that's pretty dope. I mean, you know, these companies get very artistic. They put some really nice photos, and usually, or from what they say, it's photos that are captured with the actual device. And so it's like, if you want to get a glimpse of what this camera is capable of, then, you know, turn on that feature, and you should be able to see a lot of wallpapers that have been captured with this phone. You know, I wonder how true that is. Don't quote me on that, but I you know, somebody, you know, told me that, and I'm just like, interesting. You know, so I'm gonna turn it on and just to see, you know, what type of wallpapers pop up on the lock screens. But we've got sleep mode, auto rotate screen, font size, display size, screensaver, and then other, cast, and printing. Now this is typically at the bottom here. This is typically where dark mode lives. All right. I'm hoping that blue or bold will push an update that will allow this phone the ability to have dark mode. I'm not going to harp on that. I'm not going to say it anymore. All right. Now let's get out of that. Okay. Now navigation bar. Whew. All right, man. Let's get it. I'm excited about this phone, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know the iPhone was, you know, the keynote was yesterday, and I ain't really too impressed, man. I'm more excited about this joint right here, you know what I'm saying, than the iPhone 11 and the 11 Pro and the 11 Max Pro. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I going to get one of them joints? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm still trying to figure out which one I want to get the feature for you guys here on the channel. But for now, man, it's all about this M1, man. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather, so if I sound a little weird or stuffy, that would be the reason why. Now, navigation bar, we've got hide navigation bar, and this is just, you turn that on. So you get this little bar right here if you want to hide the navigation keys on the device, but you still have the navigation keys enabled. And so what you do is you just swipe up, and that's going to bring your navigation keys. Now, again, hide navigation bar, you can turn that on or off. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Now, you've got virtual keys, which is what these are. Okay, you got full screen gestures. All right, and this is going to, and this is just typically what a lot of phones are coming on right now. You got the little pill right there, and you just kind of, you know, swipe up on it to get to your recents, swipe to the right to switch out, you know, open applications that you had, or then you've got the little back key right there. You can hit that, or you can go use sliding gestures to perform the same functions. And so what that's going to do, and that's going to get rid of the virtual keys and the full screen gesture little pill, and you're just going to be able to control your phone just with thumb gestures. And it's going to give you a little bit of a tutorial, and you could also choose the, you know, the orientation of the navigation keys right there. You know what I mean? Which is dope. That's a nice touch right there. I mean, so for those of you that like the back button on the left, you can change the orientation. For those of you that like the back button on the right, like I do, you can change the orientation so that if you do have full screen gestures, you still will be able to operate those gestures how you normally would have the virtual keys set up. I like how Blue did that. Now, just for the sake of the video, we're going to turn the virtual keys back on. And then you could also see here, here is where you can change the orientation of the virtual keys. You see that? So a lot of thought was put into this into this little device here, and I'm a fan of what I'm seeing. Now, sound, apps and notifications. Now, intelligent assistant. Now, these are some other little smart gestures, you know, things that help you navigate or just kind of operate your phone. So you've got flip to silent. So if you want your now the players, you know what I'm saying? Players, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, ladies, man, on my players out there, man, on my pimps, on my pimpstresses, you know what I'm saying? And players, male, female, whatever you want to do, man, you know what I'm saying? Man, if you want to be real low key, in the cut, incognito, inconspicuous, you know what I'm saying? You chilling with your side piece. You don't want your main thing blowing up your phone. What you do? Boom. You just set the phone on his face. And it's muted. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you pulling the wool over your man's eyes. You know what I'm saying? You pissing on his foot and telling him that it's raining. You know what I'm saying? And he's believing that. Woo! Y'all some cold, slick fork tongues out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Snakes out there, man. Y'all some cold ones out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, be chill. But yeah, yo, you know what I'm saying? If you about that life, man, all you got to do is just flip your phone on his face and there it is. All right? Now, you got 3-finger screenshot. You got sensor calibration. You got jump to camera, which is just 2 quick clicks of the power button. Pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take you right to the camera. And then you got lift to wake. All right, now, that means is when the phone is asleep, you want it to wake up, you just lift it. And speaking of lifting, that's going to also display the fingerprint sensor. Boom, and there it is. All right. It's not the fastest in the world, but it definitely works 100% of the time. Now, we also, one thing that I found about this device, we do not have facial recognition. I thought that we would have had facial recognition, but again, you know, I understand certain corners have to be cut to give us a device of this magnitude at this price point. It's not going to have all of the bells and whistles, but most of the things that we will find on a lot of the top tier or the upper echelon mid-range devices and definitely flagship phones, you're finding here at a $200 price point. This is bold, which is why I understand this is why this phone is bold. It's called bold. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a 19:9 aspect ratio, pop-up camera, nice cameras. You know, I'm going to take a couple photos here in a little bit. But yeah, man, $200, you know, MediaTek Helio P70 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of onboard storage, expandable, Corning Gorilla Glass 5, wireless charging, Type-C, $200. $200. You know what I'm saying? You like how I put the emphasis on this? $200. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, Bo. Yeah. All right, man, let's get it. So yeah, that is intelligent assistant. Now, if we go under security and location, we've got security update, find my device, Google Play Protect, pin lock, and a lot of things that are typically in other areas I also found under security and location. And so before I started shooting this aspect of the video, I just kind of had to go through the settings and kind of scrutinize it a bit just so that I, you know, like know what I'm talking about, dudes and dudettes, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, I mean, you know, yeah. But yeah, screen lock preferences, you know what I'm saying? This is where you go, if you want to change your screen lock preferences, of course. Fingerprints, smart lock. You've got some options under smart lock. What that's going to do is, you know, you put in your password and it's going to take you to a section of the phone where, you know, if the phone is on your body, in your pocket, and you want it to unlock every time the phone recognizes it's in your pocket, you can set it to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or you can set up like Bluetooth things, you know, whenever you get in your car and your car connects to, you know, your phone connects to your Bluetooth in your car to open up Spotify. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could, you know, do cool stuff like that under smart lock. Okay. Location, show passwords, device admin, apps, encryption and credentials, trust agent, screen pinning, auto start management, and permission request. Okay. Now, under system. Let's go to storage real quick. Now again, since I have not downloaded any of my applications onto the device, then fresh out the box, this is what we get. Out of 128 gigs of storage, 14.59 gigabytes is what's being utilized by the apps that are preloaded onto the phone. All right. So again, like I'm saying, I hope and pray that we do see a day where 128 gigs means 128 gigs. You know what I'm saying? It's like add, whatever the amount of gigabytes that you're going to need in order to absorb the amount of gigs that it's going to take for the pre-installed applications. You know what I'm saying? So that when we crack our devices out of the box, if it's 128, then damn it, that's what we getting out the box. If it's 256, if it's 512, if it's a terabyte, then that's what we're getting out of the box. So a lot of this stuff, 128 gigs of storage, it's misleading. They're not saying you're getting 128 gigs of storage minus 1459 gigabytes for the pre-installed applications that we're going to go ahead and put on your device. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I know rookie. You know what I'm saying? I know how to, download apps on my phone. It's like, man, just give me the phone with nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no apps, and then just let me go to the Play Store and let me decide which apps I want on my phone so that I dictate the amount of storage space that I have rather than the manufacturer. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Will we see a day and age where that happens? Things that make me go, probably not, but it is what it is, man, whatever. But that'd be nice. But fresh out the box, that's what we rocking with. You know what I'm saying? 128 gigs. There will be 14.59 gigabytes used for all of the pre-installed applications, which some of those things are going to be deleted because I don't game on my phone. And a couple of those pre-installed applications, you can dismiss and uninstall those. Okay, so don't think that just because it came preloaded on the phone that you're stuck with it. You're not. All right? You've got a little bit of control. You got just a little bit of control. All right, now let's back up out of this. Let me go to battery. All right, turn on battery saver, standby intelligent power saving mode, which I have that turned on. Battery saver, battery manager, battery percentage. Now, that's one thing about the battery percentage, y'all. You see the top right corner. Okay, you see the little battery icon right there. Now, if I hit battery percentage, it says we're at 73%, but the 73 is inside the box. That's hella tiny. Who can see that? You know what I'm saying? I can't see that. I can see a little speck inside the box. So that's another thing. I would prefer for the percentage to be like, I pull out my Note 10 Pro here, and you see that battery percentage? If I get the camera to focus, there we go. 53%, nice and big and bright. Like that would be ideal. You know what I'm saying? All this business about putting the percentage inside the actual battery icon, it's like, who came up with that? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Those of us that, ain't got the best of vision, it's like, man, come on, y'all can't discriminate on us. We spending our money too on these devices. Man, just leaving us out in the cold, y'all. But it is what it is, man. So, if you do want to see your battery percentages, then that's where it is. Hella small. In the icon box. Or you can just sift through your settings and, go to battery if you just want to check and see where your battery percentage is. You can do it that way too. All right. Now, that's under battery. And then under system, we got backup, reset options, multiple users, system update, accessibility, and bold privacy settings. Okay. And then when we go to privacy settings, again, privacy control, help improve bold products, enhance device support, bold privacy policy, view bold privacy policy. So that's what that is for all of you inquiring minds. All right, now, connected to Wi-Fi, of course, 4G LTE speeds will differ from Wi-Fi connections. Okay, it may be a little bit faster, It may be a little slower. It just depends on, the amount of, internet speeds that you have with whoever your internet provider is. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and open up some applications here. Okay, let's just pop in Amazon real quick. And of course, welcome to Chrome. Yes, yes. Sign on in. Pristine Tech. Yes. All right, so takes us right into Amazon. Just doing a quick little performance test. Okay, let's see what's up with the weather. Okay, pops right into that. Renton. Well, I'm not in Renton, but Renton is like close by me. So no thank you. But okay, 65 degrees. And still got a little bit of summer left. Tomorrow they say it's supposed to be 77. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say 77. You know what I'm saying? I ain't proper. It's supposed to be 77. You know what I'm talking about? 77. All right. Now, bold news. Okay. So I didn't realize that they had a news app on there. Actually, I did. Yeah, I did realize that. Facebook. So again, another pre-installed app. I do use Facebook, so I'm going to rock with that. Oh, Bing is on here? Okay. Cool. You know what I'm saying? You got Bing on here. All right, and then here you got Yahoo. All right, and you see how those just pop open really quickly. Now here is our Google Suite. We'll just pop into YouTube real quick, just opening up some applications just to see how well this MediaTek Helio P70 processor works. Because I mean, that P60 wasn't no joke. You know what I'm saying? And so I know that the P70 is going to be, a bit of a monster, and it's also better optimized to help with battery performance as well. All right. My man Jay Will here. Google Pixel video camera trash. Huh? Stop it. You have to tell him, Jay. You know what I'm saying? That's my big bro right there doing his thing. All right. Just popped right into YouTube, as you guys can see. Let's go to Opera. Okay. Just pops right into that. All right. We'll go to Recents. And as you guys know, again, Android 9 Pie. So we've got the side scrolling Recents. How we doing with RAM management? Okay, let's go back to YouTube. Okay, had to load it back up. Now I can't say that it's always going to be the case like that, but I know that it had to reload right then and there. Let's go back to Opera. Okay, boom, Opera was right there. Let's see, let's go back to Chrome or Yahoo. Yahoo is still right there. All right. All right, let's go back to okay, this was settings. Of course, that's going to be there. Didn't have to reload that, but it appears as though RAM management appears to be solid, and you can swipe those up to get rid of them, or you can just go ahead and hit the X there, and that's going to clear out everything. All right, so let me get a couple of little colorful things set up here. Now we're going to dig into this camera real quick and see what's popping, y'all. We'll test out the speaker as well, just to see what that sounded like, and then we'll go ahead and close this thing out. All right, hold up. All right, y'all, so let's get into this camera. I just have to set up a couple of things, you know what I mean? Want to get a couple of little characters. That's the, it's a good thing about having little kids around. They got all kind of little colorful little toys, and you can really put these cameras to the test. And I know that there's going to be a dedicated camera review video, so stay tuned for that. But I always like to give you guys just a little sample of what these cameras can do before I really get in depth with them. All right, now, so again, we have on the front here, we've got a motorized pop-up 13 megapixel sensor, and on the rear, we've got a primary 16 megapixel wide angle sensor and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. It's not a telephoto lens, so we don't have the ability to have 2x optical zoom. It's not really a big deal to me. I don't even want to say strangely, but a lot of phones that I have that has 2x optical zoom, really the only time that I utilize it is when I'm actually doing a review, just to show that that phone has the feature. So it's not something that I really care about. It's definitely not a determining factor. All right, but I understand, why people would want that. And of course I understand why people will want like a wide angle lens and stuff like that. That's not what we have here on the Bold N1. Now let's look at a lot of the camera modes. And so we've got photo mode. Okay, here is that 96 megapixel mode that gives us that crazy zoom. We've got beauty mode. Okay, let me get a little bit closer here. Okay, we've got beauty, we've got pro mode. Okay, you can change the white balance, the ISO. You've got some stuff there to play with under Pro mode. Okay, now let's go the other way. Okay, so we have video, HDR, and night mode. Okay, now if we go hit that little icon right here at the top left, those 4 little squares, this is going to bring up some different modes. And so we've got GIF, filter, panorama, slow motion, intelligent scanning, and Pro mode. Okay, so we'll go out of that. This is our auto flash, which that's on auto. Okay, this little icon right there, this is our portrait mode. So now portrait mode is enabled. All right, and it gives us a little slider right there to where we can control the depth. We can control the blurriness in the background, how blurred we want the background to be, or how not so blurred we want the background to be. Okay, and then you just go ahead and hit that again, and that turns portrait mode off, and then you go right back into your standard viewfinder. All right, now this little A right there, I believe that's AI mode, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to be wrong on that, but I believe that that's the AI mode. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I believe that's what that is. Now, under settings, this is the settings menu. So we've got picture size, location info, brand watermark, which I've already turned that on, you know, because I want to be sure that when I'm taking photos that, you know, there's a watermark so I don't get it confused with another phone. Camera mute, touch, self timer, grid line, which I always have that turned on. What is this? ZSD. I'm not sure what ZSD is. Volume key feature, anti-flicker, sound, and reset. Okay, so if I hit picture size, then this is what this is. And so we can have a 16 megapixel, 12 megapixel, 10 megapixel, 8 megapixel, and they're different. And this, so it's 16 megapixel at 4:3, 12 megapixel at 16:9, 10 megapixel at 19:9. God, those, the numbers are really small. I can barely read them, but you've got some options there. But by default, it's 4:3, 16 megapixels, because that's, you know, what the standard default setting is under the camera. All right, so let's go ahead and get out of settings, and I'm going to go ahead and take a photo really quickly. Okay, and that looks pretty lovely right there. Okay, nice quick shutter, and I'll go ahead and take a selfie. Now again, motorized pop-up camera. Let's go. Okay, it pops up, not as quickly as it does on the my Xiaomi Mi 9T or the OnePlus 7 Pro, but again, this is just cool technology on a $200 phone. You know what I'm saying? 13 megapixels. You guys can see the clarity that it's picking up in the viewfinder. Now, for the selfie, we have Selfie Portrait, and then under the settings for the selfies, we've got picture size, location info, brand watermark. Yes, I want a watermark for the selfies. We've got mirror, camera mode, or camera mute, touch, selfie timer, grid line. Yes, let's turn on grid line. ZSD. Again, I'm not familiar with what that is, so I need to learn what that is. Volume key feature, anti-flicker, sound, and reset. Okay, so we can, you know, kind of the similar settings that we have for the rear cameras, we have some of the same settings for the selfie camera as well. All right, so let me go ahead and take a quick little selfie. Look at that, that's dope. Nice quick shutter speed. All right, allow photos to access. Sure, allow that. Okay, look at the little watermark. Shot on blue. That's pretty dope. And so is that picture. That picture's a nice picture as far as just the quality, the color reproduction, the accuracy. That's impressive. That's impressive. Okay, let me see. Okay, and then here is the photo that I took. Look at the detail. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got Tinkerbell, Baby Chase. I'm not sure who these little guys are. They're just cute. And then again, shot on blue. Dope. Looks good. All right. And you guys hear the little sound that the camera makes, you know, and you can, oh, matter of fact, let me show you that too. Because under the settings, where did I see that at? Let's see. Was it under system? You could change the sound of, you can change the sound that the pop-up camera sensor makes when it goes up and down. Let's see. Was that in the camera settings? I was messing with it earlier. Sound. Okay, yeah, here it is right here. So pop-up camera, pop-up sound. So right now it's on mute. You've got sci-fi. You guys hear that? Do that again. Okay, you've got machine. You do that again. And then you got rhythm. Okay, let's see. You hear that? Yeah, so I'm just putting it up to the microphone. So, well, it's muted right now. So the initial sound that you heard first off was just the sound of, you know, all the moving parts pushing the camera up and going back down. So let's see if we can hear that. Okay. So that's what it sounds like when the sound is muted. Okay, now, it would be nice if this phone had dual stereo speakers. Again, I don't care anything about that because I'm Bluetooth everything and I don't go around listening to music on my phone like that. Again, I'm always connected to like a Bluetooth device, whether it be my earpiece, my car, or a smart speaker or a Bluetooth speaker or something, right? But it'd be nice for those people that like to kind of rock out with their phones. But I believe that the only sound that we have is coming from that bottom firing speaker here on the bottom left. All right, so I'm gonna go to YouTube and I'm gonna queue up one of my videos. Okay. All right, your channel. Videos. And let's see, the Galaxy A70, the camera. All right, let's skip that survey. And let's turn the volume up a bit. Nice little beat by my man Lakey Inspired. Okay, got some pretty full sound coming from that little speaker here. Yeah, I don't hear any sound coming from anywhere else. Okay, it's at its loudest point. There's no distortion or anything like that, which is cool. But overall, the sound just, I don't know, it doesn't sound right. You can hear it. Like, you're definitely not gonna have a problem hearing like ringtones and notification sounds. But the way this speaker just sounds by default is not, it's not really all that appealing. But I believe Okay, let me go ahead and close that out. Okay, so yes, we've only got one bottom firing speaker. I wasn't too impressed at all with that sound. But let's see, because I thought that I saw some audio enhancements. It'd be nice if this phone had like Dolby Atmos, where you can customize sound. Okay, let me see. So, okay, so we're gonna go back under sound, and you got media volume, call volume, ring volume, alarm volume. Do not disturb, shortcut to prevent ringing, phone ringtone, default, dial pad tone, screen locking sounds, charging sounds, touch vibrations, sound enhancement. Okay, yes. So sound enhancement, and then it says best loudness, volume booster for speaker. Okay, so let me turn that on, and let me cue that video back up and see what it sounds like. I mean, that helps, but very slightly. If anything, it just adds like some treble. It adds some clarity, so the music overall doesn't sound so mono and doesn't sound so dull. But it's not a great sounding speaker as far as audio coming from the speaker. You know what I mean? I mean, you're gonna be able to hear it. It's loud. I mean, again, at its loudest, it's not distorted. It's not crackling or anything like that. But the speaker is not really all that desirable, in my personal opinion. All right. So, let me see here. Let's go back, and I'm not even gonna be messing with that. So I'm just gonna turn that back off. And yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for now for the Bold N1. Like I said, down in the description is where you will find the Amazon link and the website at Bold's website to cop this phone. And if you hurry, you may still be able to get this phone at that instant $50 rebate and get it for $199 like I did. If not, then full price for this phone is $249.99, which I think is still a really good deal for everything that you're getting. All right. So again, ladies and gents, that's all I've got for the unboxing, first initial thoughts and impressions for the Bold N1. Man, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to expose yourself to tons of more videos that I've done like this one, and keep it locked because I've got so much more content to come. Again, share the video. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about the Bold N1. Are you intrigued by this? You know what I mean? Is this pretty impressive in your own opinion? You know, at a $200 price point or $250 price point. What's your overall thoughts based on what I showed you here today? You know what I mean? Could this be your next smartphone? If so, let me know down in the comments why. If not, let me know why you opt against it. If you're in the market for a phone, or just let me know what you think about it as a whole. You know, let's talk about this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I think this is pretty big. I mean, you know, full screen, you know, 19:9 aspect ratio, pop-up camera, 3,500 milliamp hour battery, Type-C, fast charging. Oh, and I almost forgot. Almost forgot, people. Oh man, $200. $200. Woo, wireless charging, man. Oh man. Yeah, man. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. You guys just saw it. Wireless charging, all this stuff. The MediaTek Helio P70 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of onboard storage, Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back, wireless charging, full HD plus AMOLED display. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, man. Come on, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. This is the Bold N1. Thank you guys for rocking with me, tuning in. I hope you're able to take from this video if this phone is an option. Again, my videos are so long because they're teaching experiences. You know, I know that my content isn't for everybody. So if you're looking for this video to be, you know, anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes, you know what I mean, where, you know, people are just scratching the surface or barely scratching the surface on everything, then rock out like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm coming to show you any and everything that this phone can do to help you make an informed decision on what your next smartphone purchase may be. You're spending your money here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm helping you make decisions on what you want to spend your money on. You know what I'm saying? So it's my responsibility to lace you guys up with everything. And sometimes that takes a little bit of time. All right? So, man, again, let me know what you think about the Bold N1. Thanks for rocking with me. Much love to all my subscribers. And you already know, man, please stay safe. Get spiritually fit. Best thing that you can do in life. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care where you at in life. I don't care how high you are, how low you are. God is always willing to start over, and he will meet you wherever you are in your life. And all you got to do is trust, believe, and accept him as your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. 3 little simple things. And he got you covered. He did it for me, and he'll do it for you. I'm out. Catch y'all in the next one.